makaranta ana party a ce ai zaɓe a yau zaɓi kuna tare da wa a party karfe nawa kuka zo yaushe za mu gama DJ ci gaba da gashi bar zuya sai ran sati bani madara haɗa ta da malta guinness waiting they worry me na sabiness no go let them breathe cause I sabi mess they hate they create their own happiness ba su iyawa they too lazy ya tasu da brave suna da kowa da amma ba su da wani kamar AB in ji daɗi ba su ga ina gaba ba su ga ina ta ci ba su ga ina giba ba in ji daɗi ba su ga ina gaba ba su ga ina ta ci ba su ga ina giba in dani ne za su gaji in dani ne za su bari in dani ne za su gaji in dani ne za su bari. Hello everybody, greetings to you. Another beautiful day. I hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. Tanzania. Hey, I cut cap for Tanzania. Their president don't run, no, don't base. The woman don't base. He say, what? The woman don't run, leave country for people. He don't run. He pick race. Kudos to Tanzania, so I'm telling you. Anyway, let me go here. Let's take it from the top. This is the protest, though, still going strong and hard. See, look at them. See them. Their president don't run. Oh. Sam, anyway, let me go back here and go back here. Sam, see Tanzanians, they don't want here. There's one. Look at Tanzania. There you go. Yeah. This is Dar es Salaam. Hey, Tracy, welcome.
Kwa usalama wa taifa letu, jeshi lichukue nchi. Jeshi lichukue nchi. Jeshi lisipochukua nchi. Jeshi lisipochukua nchi. Sisi tumechanganyikiwa. Sisi hatuelewi. Jeshi lichukue nchi. Tunarudia.
Sam. Hey. Omo. Meanwhile, they say Tinubu they cry, yo. They say they cry. They say you don't know what they say. Why they want to go? Why do they want to come and put a CPC, ABC? Why do they want to designate his country? A country of particular interest. They say they cry. Meanwhile, Tanzania officially entered hard mode. See, now the citizens dressed like this, so forget. They raided the police uniform stores and they are walking around in full combat gear. Even the officers can't tell who is who anymore. See, their president don't run come up for their country, as I heard.
Okay, there's more. Hold on. We're going to come to see the president. They take off. This is her right here. They don't run. Yeah, they even one of their their influencers, or I don't know. Whether they said they went and touched down his shop, his stores. They touched it down because he was supporting the president. Omoye, yeah, I heard about that Diamond Platinum too. I don't know him, but I heard about him that he left with his girlfriend or be wife or whatever. Omo, it's hot too. It is getting hot in Tanzania. Make I first find all those videos on her first.
We nani unakaa nyumbani? We mtoto mwanamke au mzee? Mahamake. We nani unakaa nyumbani Wewe sio mwenzetu nini? Utunishe magari ya kuasha Sasa yenyewe kila siku tunakula ugali na pilipili. We nani kumahamake? We nani unakaa nyumbani? We mtoto mwanamke au mzee? Mahamake. We nani unakaa nyumbani
They are not backing down.
Tunishe magari ya kuasha Sasa yenyewe kila siku tunakula ugali na pilipili. We nani
See as road clean. Oh, see as road clean. Can you boast of the same in Nigeria? Na question I ask so. Can na question abemo na me if una go fit. Now, this justice for Ochania, I'm sure you guys have been seeing it trending. I would recommend you go and read the story because even for me, it's very hard to share the story without being broken. So guys, go read up what's going on. Apparently this case was 7 or 8 years ago. They've been fighting for 7 or 8 years now, something. They've been silenced. Now for whatever reason it's come up again. What happened to that girl? Evil beyond evil. To even think that the perpetrators are still walking around and enjoying their life, it beats me. But anyway, let me let you guys listen to this. This is Ochanya's elder brother.
It's quite traumatic. I mean,
I'm telling you, Tracy.
With the.
Let me even speak on that really quickly, right? Let me pause this. Tracy, East Africans are really serious-minded people. You go on TikTok, all the social media, you don't see any of them doing any entertainment, dancing, shaking, whatever, doing cruise, nothing like that. All of them just focus. That's all they are talking about. That's all they are doing. That's all they are preaching about. They are on the no. No. Nigerians are busy catching cruise. They talk about which person iPhone superior past the other person own. Anyway, let's listen.
Renewed call for justice in Ochanya's case. However, it's a bit suiting with the support from Nigerians across diverse backgrounds. I've been inundated with calls from many Nigerians. It's been really difficult for us as a family. It's been a challenging time for us again, having to relieve the sordid circumstances that led to Ochanya's passing. Just think about it. If she were, the daughter of a prominent person and elite, would this be happening to her? Would this be happening to us as a family?
Right.
Certainly not. Certainly not. And it is unfortunate if the Inspector General of Police, including the First Lady of Nigeria and the President, if they really are in charge of this country
All
You
right.
must find these people and bring them to justice, no matter how long it takes.
All right.
Nigerian, right? It's a very, very depressing story. Very, very depressing. And the funniest thing is that their countries were. Look at the infrastructure now. See road now. See road network. Eh? Nigerians ojo dey collect BS as long as say na my brother dey there. Did you guys see the list of the people that attempted the coup? Did you see the list? Anyway, let's move on. Many things dey to talk today. Let me try and get. Remember this guy Ijele that was locked up and Sowore helped to go and release. This guy was right in front when they were right where Sowore was being picked up a second time. He didn't do anything. He was protesting against Sowore for asking for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. This guy in the picture.
You see this guy here? When I me tag on to this video. When I tell him I say you small. This guy will threaten saying go buy Nnamdi Kanu. Tell him say papa oh small, just really too small. So if any of you they look this guy, they think saying be something. I will tell him saying I'm nobody. Anybody day your back. Anybody when say ginger, you make it. They made this video. Tell that your guy. Tell us saying papa. Anybody is supposed to tell saying papa. Your papa own small, not be even your own. You know understand? Because papa bring you on this life. Tell say the papa. If my papa I love pass, if papa, if my mama I love pass, if mama own too small, you don't get pressure. They can't say you don't get pressure. See, it's just the starts. You know understand? It just the start. So any of you know say this guy don't ginger, you know, they feel like so that thing calling the video of this guy called the motivate and say feel temper man's in the kind of life. Una small, una sit down, una sit down, una just wash out. You know understand? We dey observe. We just dey observe for this country. So people wanna hold me come out, we never come out since now, they go come out. Now go know what they this country. Una go know say that things what that you know
How do you know, how do you think it's the names have come out now?
Never started.
I don't think it's propaganda. I think if you look at the names, it's mostly from the north. Go and check the names. I don't think it's propaganda. I think it was real. I think they probably did not. They just did not succeed. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's. I don't think they've been able to debunk it successfully. Would they have gathered all the northern people and say, "Oh yeah"? I don't know. But why do you say so though? Let's listen to
it is very
Daily
clear
Pharaoh
what went wrong. INEC deliberately, and I say this without any equivocation and with all sense of responsibility, INEC deliberately sabotaged the electoral process because it was working to a predetermined, obnoxious and nauseous conclusion. It's not about the system failing. It's about human beings electing on their own to sabotage the system. This is, if I switch off the TV screen behind you, it goes off. But it requires my intervention to go off. If you're looking at the 2015 election, the 2019 election, all I can tell you is that the 2023 election is the bottom part of Nigerian electoral malfeasance. Everything that was ever wrong in elections came to the fore in 2023, essentially because Yakubu lost his sense of shame.
So when you are personalizing it,
it's not personalizing. I'm sorry, Shem, I need to clear this.
Yeah, because you are mentioning.
I have to mention
and it's just one person in that
head. He is the head.
So what would you like
him is rotten.
You think he's
the
to
head.
blame? No. What blame
is an institutional blame?
Okay.
The blame is for the entire institution. I dealt with INEC in Lagos on behalf of the Obi campaign. It was my brief to pick up the election material for the petition. I know the level of stonewalling, and I made sure to write officially at the time to let them know. I know the amount of stonewalling, deliberate stonewalling and delays that we encountered from the wreck in Lagos, and everybody concerned with giving us electoral material that we had paid for. We had to bring copiers from outside, from Rank Xerox, to come to INEC, to come and make photocopies. It was that bad. They stonewalled us every step of the way. So if I'm saying Yakubu, I'm only speaking about Yakubu as a type, not as a person. He is a type, one who sits at the head of the organization.
Mm, yeah. A new terrorist group organization has come out. An Al-Qaeda affiliate. I don't know how to pronounce the word. It's very long. It's JNIM for short. It has carried out its first attack on Nigerian soil in a community in Kwara State. Meanwhile, a new local known as Lukurawa was declared a terrorist organization by Nigeria in 2025 January and has since been active in the northwest and north central regions. By now, if you haven't, I have lost count of how many dangerous terrorist organizations operating out of Nigeria as their base. Other than Sudan, do you know of any other nation on earth that offers globally proscribed terrorist organizations such free access through its borders and create conditions for them to thrive while inside the country? Imagine the fate of the millions of Christians in these regions that are under constant terrorist occupation. Nigeria is literally going under, and we must not allow it take innocent Christian blood with it. Look at it. See the image below. Nigeria. See, and they feed the terror. Yeah, see as they say they feed the terror. Today, see the terrorism don't become big boy. See, they swallow up anything in its way. Okay, there's a coup probe, the coup probe, because they've been investigating the coup. They said they uncovered 45 billion naira linked to NDDC accounts, military tracks funds to politicians, detained officers. Security authorities investigated the alleged coup plot, have traced approximately 45 billion reportedly issued from the Niger Delta Development Commission accounts. The funds are said to have been linked to certain high-profile political figures and military officers currently being held over suspicions of involvement in the alleged plan to overthrow T-Pain. Tracy, you could be right, because they are the king of propaganda. We can be. You can also be right because you can't take it past them, unfortunately. Now, Harrison Gwamishu, you guys know him. He's an activist. Look at he 10 million naira cash recovery from police officers, guys. The 10 million cash recovery was from police officers from Zone 16, Bayelsa State. Is it not appalling that traveling along the east-west road has become a nightmare with those responsible for protecting lives and properties instead engaging in extortion and harassment? The situation is particularly dire for individuals entering Bayelsa from Delta towards Mbiama who are frequently subjected to unlawful demands for money. A disturbing incident occurred on September 17, 2024 when the NYSC members traveling to Rivers State were forced into parting with 10 million naira. Can you imagine? They were threatened, detained, and subjected to emotional distress. The officers involved used an account belonging to Nkem Alozie of Malvic Global Resources Limited for their illicit activities. No complaint against the victim, no incriminating evidence found on them, nobody signed their bail bond. This is not policing. Following a report, let me first pause this. Following a report I filed on October 25, 2024 with the Inspector General of Police Complaint Response Unit, a successful retrieval of the extorted funds was achieved today, November 5, 2024. The victims have provided statements to the police and officers are attached to Surveillance Unit AIG Zone 16 Bayelsa State. If no action is, these officers will continue to exploit innocent citizens. This is how much they got from police officers. Let's listen.
One,
Guys, please double tap your screen device to like the show or click on the 3 dots, please. I beg.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Double tap your screen device or click on the 3 dots in the corner.
23. So total we have here is 10 million naira. This money was criminally robbed from a Nigerian and NYSC youth corps member. No, who was traveling to River State. He was held by these officers, and the family had to contribute this money. Here, I see 10 million naira. That's what we have here. So it's recovered. My name is Harrison Wamnishu. We just left Unogwa, AIG Zone 16, Unogwa, Bayelsa State. All right. Some NYSC members traveling from Warri to Port Harcourt. They are Deltas. They were stopped at stop and search in Bayelsa State. Some officers who are now identified as surveillance team of the AIG Zone 16, Bayelsa State, took their phones from them and searched them. They found nothing. They searched the car. They found nothing. So they asked them to a place to give them money for fuel. Because of the delay, they delayed them for almost 30 minutes. So the young man transferred 15,000 naira to the officer. This is the account he transferred the money to. And after he transferred this money to the officer, I think the officer holding his phone saw the debit alert on his phone dropped, and he saw that he has some huge amount of money in his account. So then they can't change that for him. Immediately he saw the alert on his phone. They dragged them into the car and took them away. He drove them for about 2 hours in the bush, going from different location to another, until they now took them to Zone 16, Bayelsa, where they took them to the office and forced them to make some videos. And they alleged internet fraudsters, Yahoo Yahoo, and the rest of them. So they started telling them to tell the family to send money. They started calling friends and families, and they sent them money to their account until they got about 10 million naira, which they transferred to this POS account. It was paid to POS account. The officers involved in this case were just patrolling around the yard, like they were laughing at us, saying, no, we don't collect them now, we'll go still, sure we'll go still. They were like threatening us in the place. So we now went to AIG office to go and say AIG. The PRO led us to AIG office. And the way the man shouted at me, the way the man treated me was very, very bad. And it shows that he is working with these guys. He's the one backing them. Because if you're not the one backing them, I don't see the reason why he should be angry with me. So the IG should call the AIG Zone 16 to order. Because these guys have been doing this thing for so long. A lot of recovery has been made. These officers, nothing happened to them. Tomorrow again, they'll go back again to the road again to go and commit more havoc. The anti-courtesy unit of that same Zone 16, money was recovered just 11 weeks. The officers, nothing happened to them. It continues. Now, after this recovery, now what happened next? They will still go back again to the road again to go and commit more havoc. Escape people, hold them hostage, and force them to transfer money into their account. It is criminal. It is criminal. And I believe these officers are the ones destroying the image of the Nigerian police force. They should be called to order.
Una hear am? Aha. Una not also una not hear. Let me see. No, you are right. Tracy, you are right. Anything with APC, I take with you. You are right. Absolutely. Joe, welcome. Anything with that man makes you fear because his master strategy in politics are always criminal minded. Exactly. No, you are right. Meanwhile, they shut down the internet in what's it called? They shut down the internet in Tanzania. Okay, let me read it. Where is it? The internet has been down, not allowing people to access. Where is this? I just saw the reporting now. So the internet remains shut down and the media is censored in Tanzania. The government is actively suppressing, this is 2 hours ago, The government is actively suppressing coverage despite 3 days of protest against a disputed election and the leadership of President Samia. The opposition Chadema claims 700 people have been unalived. Okay, this is the situation report in Tanzania as we speak. Now let me read this article, this write-up by Mike Arnold. Not that, but there's some truth in it, so let's just listen with an open mind. It says the Nigerian diaspora is rising and they are perhaps the strongest force on earth for ending the diabolical jihad genocide machine and restoring righteousness, peace and prosperity to the land. It is said that Nigerians in America are the wealthiest and most educated group here. I can't confirm that, but I can confirm they are the most upright, brilliant and passionate group I've seen in America. Everywhere I meet them, every single one, no doubt the same can be said in Great Britain and other nations where they have settled. They have the faith, the character, the resources, the connections, the knowledge and the determination to rise and deliver results that matter. This sleeping giant is awakening, one the devil enthroned in Nigeria does not see coming. I call on all Nigerians around the world to rise up. Fix your eyes on the hope that you have in your heart, the vision of a bright and very, it's not a dream. The battle has begun, the waters of anyway. Point is, I don't declare or say the solution na Nigerians in diaspora need to organize themselves. How we want to go back, how we want to strategize, that is what should be paramount. That's the only reason why I'm reading that. Okay? So let's move along. Let's listen to this. You know, guys, I've been saying this thing for a very long time. Although the man is speaking in Yoruba, I hope you can hear what he's saying. Let me turn the volume up.
I came there ní kí for me. Bàbá tèmi tó bí mi. Àwọn náà jọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Kwara.
I will interpret for you guys.
First journalist from the old northern Nigeria.
As best as I can.
He was a reporter for the Nigerian Tribune. Nígbà tí Alhaji Lateef Dakanjo jẹ́ editor of the book in 1953. So Kwara tẹ́ ẹ sọ náà ló wà. But tí ó bá jẹ́ wá sí Kwara tó jẹ́ Yorùbá, ó ní bọ́sì máa classify ẹ̀. 1967 wọ́n dá 12 states there. Appreciate Awólọ́wọ̀. 12 states wọ́n dá sílẹ̀ ní 1967 under Gowon. Awólọ́wọ̀ ló dá sílẹ̀. Nígbà tó máa pé Kwara, wọ́n pè ní West Central State. West ni wọ́n pè Central State. Lọ́kọ̀jà ló yẹ kó jẹ́ capital, wọ́n mú bẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn di ìjà ní Supreme Council of Yakubu Gowon. Àwọn Fúlàní Northerners wọ́n ní wọ́n nígbà pé wọ́n lè gbà kó jẹ́ West Central State. Àwọn Yorùbá ní Supreme Council wọn láwọn náà nígbà kó jẹ́ North. Nípe ní North. So they came to a compromise. A máa pè ní Kwara. Kwara yẹn ni orúkọ tí àwọn Nupe ń pe River Niger. Wọ́n tún pè ní Kwara lẹ́yìn. Bangboye ni gómìnà Kwara. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wọ́n láti Ọ̀fà. Before 1967 creation of Kwara, kò sí ọba Yorùbá tí wọ́n bí yàrá ìyá ẹ̀dá tó lè wọ́ bàtà níwájú Sùlùkà. Tọ́mà ṣe wíkì kò lè wọ́ bàtà. Ó láti fi ẹsẹ̀ rìn wọ́n ní bẹ̀yẹ̀ ni òní olórí. Fádà mi ló kọ́ átíkù yẹn. Ó wá sọ fún Bangboye. Bangboye wa ní látẹ̀yìn lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba ẹ máa wọ bàtà yín. So that was the first call. Wọ́n wọ bàtà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n wọ bàtà. Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ọba Yorùbá ni wọ́n. Ṣé rí ní Kogi? Mo lọ aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ wọ́n.
aṣọ tá a fi sin Chief Cornelius Adébáyọ̀ ní last week aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ ẹ́ àti ìgbà yìí láti sin wọn mo wọ̀ wá sí bí on purpose because káríkù yẹn ò ṣẹlẹ̀ ìyà tó ń jẹ wá ní Kwara lẹ́yìn ní Adébáyọ̀ ló bá àti permanently secure Kwara fún wa but the coup of December 31st by Buhari brought back the Fulani dominance in the village. Nígbà yẹn ṣẹ́rí mo dé government house ní last Saturday ní 1967 tó ń gbé Kwara kò sí àmọ́dúgbèrè kan kò sí ní Nàìjíríà náà mo dé government house ní Saturday mo kọjá ń bẹ̀ Abdulrahman Abdul tí o kò bàbá ẹ̀ ó ti change the government house Ìlọrin sí Amadu Bello house. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ yẹn? Amadu Bello house is the government house of Ilorin, and Kwara State consists of many ethnic nationalities. Gbogbo wọn kọ́ ni Fulani. Kí ni subliminal message tó ń sọ fún wa? They are bad.
Okay, there's more to come up. Basically, the state of Kwara is what this guy is talking about. There's so many, they're just unaliving people up and down, yeah, in Kwara State. With this new terrorist group again that has come, bam, it has even worsened the situation.
People have said that they might not necessarily agree with all that he stands for, but by denying him access to justice, they are actually making him a hero, and a lot of people who stand against unfairness and injustice are coming to speak against it. The second is that Nigeria has lost too much as a result of his consistent incarceration and the lack of respect of this government of the rule of law. I say this because we have lost so much money with the sit-at-home order every month in the southeast, which could have been averted, because the same the same treatment given to bandits and terrorists in the north who actually committed crimes, who actually killed people, whereby they granted them amnesty and they are negotiating with them, and someone who is allegedly a terrorist is starkly different. And this is the selective justice that Nigerians are crying out for. What I want to just say as a sound of warning is that let us not let this thing get out of hand. We've seen the day of protest. It means that the people are not backing down. There's only as much as you can push people back against the wall, but let the government do right and obey court orders with regards to Nnamdi Kanu. This cry has gone on for too long. Now let's move on to what happened yesterday at the toll gate. I said earlier, when we were speaking privately about the fact that I believe that the police is actually misunderstanding their role in society in terms of protecting lives and property, because it feels as if their brief is to protect the lives and property of a few, or the government, as it were. So it's now the police and the government against the people, whereas the duties are set out in the Constitution means protection of lives and property of Nigerians. But what we see is that there's this antagonism against the people of Nigeria, especially when there's peaceful protests. What could one woman have done that about 3 or 4 man-o-war operatives came to accost, okay, 2 of them accosted her? Then she said that whilst they were doing this, 4 armed policemen approached her, and then 2 of them were asked to escort her and the lady that was taking a picture off the grounds. We can see the video there. And the highlight of this is that what one of them said to her, a female policewoman who was there, according to what she said, is that they said, "Are you not enjoying the peace as you have it now?" And then you ask the question, what kind of peace are we talking about?
Peace of the graveyard.
Peace of the graveyard, where peace means that the people are silenced and we are like robots, according to what the government says, and you deprive the people of their constitutional guaranteed right to peaceful protest. Is that the peace that Nigeria or this administration wants, where the people's voices are silenced? That's not the peace that we're looking for. And so when they keep saying, "Oh, let's keep peaceful," what is the definition of peace? She had a right to go there to lay with. She was not even protesting peacefully, because she said a number of people that were called to come out to protest were afraid. This is what we have done to the Nigerian youths. We have caused them to be afraid, to stay back and gradually silencing their voices. Is this the legacy of this administration? This Democrat that has been praised for his play and his role in the democracy that we enjoy today, now depriving young people today of the same rights that he enjoyed. And I'm talking about the Tinubu administration now. So I just want to say that, number one, the police has to rethink its strategy in how it manages its affairs with civilians, civilians as well, how it manages its affairs, and the right to peaceful protest. Then this thing around, once you see people gather, they are jittery. Why? Yeah. As long as they are not violent, no need to use tear gas, no need to fire bullets, even though the police spokesman came out to say that, oh, they didn't fire, but we heard the gunshots. Yeah. And so what we're asking for is that let the police do right. We've asked for police reform, let there be an actual reform, and let the people feel protected by the police, and not as if the police is taking sides with the government against the Nigerian people.
Well said, Ayo. Well, now listen again, no.
In Nigeria, they've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are the Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country.
Bill Maher and I don't agree on a lot, but boy, we do on this, and he was fabulous there. Christians in Nigeria need help.
October the 14th, 15 people were killed in the area south of Jos. 5 of them children from ages 2 to 5 actually. And of course, you look at those videos, I didn't share the most gory part. Of course, a lot of them you will see their brains hanging out. Of course, they shot them in close range, chiefly while they were sleeping at about 10 p.m. local time.
Here to weigh in is Congressman Riley Moore. Congressman, the Nigerian government, of course, is denying all of this. An aide to its president wrote in Al Jazeera, simplistic genocide claims fuel propaganda. And the conflicts are multifaceted, driven by ethnic rivalries, land disputes, and criminality, with religion often secondary. Now, you've been on top of this story for a long time. What is really going on? The videos online are heartbreaking, and yet the world seems to sleep. Why should Americans care about this?
Well, Laura, we need to care, and I care as a Christian, as a Catholic. Our brothers and sisters in Christ right now are being martyred every day in Nigeria for the profession of their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The government is the one who's propagating propaganda in this. This has been going on since 2009. There's in between 50,000 and 100,000 Christians have been murdered. Just this year, 7,000 alone. That's 35 a day. And this claim of ethnic conflict is totally bogus. It is 5 to 1 Christians being killed as opposed to other religions in Nigeria right now. This is a genocide that's happening, and we have to stand up and we have to speak out to stop this.
I mean, we heard about the Free Palestine movement and the concern about, innocent people being killed or caught in the crossfire. This is a deliberate targeting of people, women and children for their faith. It's happening in Sudan. It's happening in Nigeria. And what can America do with our economic might and all of our influence to try to stop this madness and this ongoing slaughter? What power do we have over this part of the world?
Well, let me speak specifically to Nigeria. This is why I've requested for Nigeria to be designated a country of particular concern, which Trump had done in his first administration. But of course, the Biden administration took that designation off because they claimed the killing had more to do with land disputes that were started because of climate change. Hard to believe, but that's what they had claimed. So we're asking for this designation to get put back on because it actually made a difference in slowing down and stopping killings in this region. But we have to do something to stop this.
Well, Congressman, public awareness is growing and people want answers and want action. Congressman, thank you very much. And our prayers to those people.
Meanwhile, una Pope wan go visit Cameroon. Okay? Una Pope is scheduled to visit Cameroon, Douala in the coming days because the protest has been hot. He wan go use im words take calm the people down. I say Cameroon people, una fire dey go, una no lis ten to anybody. Now win na important to me pass. Una need to take una country back. All these people when they come so na to come douse, na to come use sweet mouth take comot the wetin una dey fight for. Make una no allow am. Hey, France dey hear am woto woto. Make una no gree for anybody too. And that one me go talk poof for that one, because this one dem dey arrange visit all of a sudden. Oh.
Lives have been lost, property being destroyed. Right now, what is going on in Cameroon? We need to pray for Cameroon. We need to pray for Cameroonians. And now, the most shocking and disturbing thing that is happening in Africa currently is the fact that head of state, president, and prime ministers of other countries in Africa are not saying a word. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since this election has happened before the declaration of these unexpected, uncalled for results. And now this is what is coming. Pay close attention to this. A lot of you don't know this, and you have to pay close attention to this. Paul Biya is not in charge. You know, it's just a figurehead there. I know a lot of people know this already. So the idea is that Paul Biya is going to be there. And it's not just him. About 8 of them that are in their 80s and in 90s, they're going to hang in there while some foreigners will take control of Cameroon, because there are some precious minerals, there are some precious things that need to be extracted and concluded in Cameroon in the next 2 to 3 years. So if this cabinet and all the people that are connected to this cabinet and everything that has been happening in Cameroon for the past 42 years or 40 years thereabouts, if they allowed another person to enter power, that means all the things that they are doing right now will be destroyed, will be sabotaged. And of course, for example, France, we know, I don't want to say much about it. We know how the economy of France is being messed up right now because of what is happening in the Sahel region. And now, if Cameroon is to go out of the equation, then a lot of things are going to happen to France and other countries that are taking a lot of things out of France. And right now, the news is Cameroon will be burned down in the next few days if care is not taken. And there is another suggestion that Paul Biya has to be thrown out of the country. Not tonight or tomorrow night, Paul Biya will have to be taken out of the country because of what is to come. Because there is a plan to enter the state house right now. I believe the ZNC, they are not going to stop. Nobody is going to stop because this is just uncalled for. And all the leaders, the political leaders in Africa that are silent, that are mute, and are not saying anything, ECOWAS chairman, I've called you, I've written letters to some of you before this thing happens, and most of you have read those letters, but you're not taking any action. I warn you guys that what Africa is right now, no one is going to sit back and watch Africa being destroyed. It's not going to work. Now, let me say something to us here. Africa's future is in the hand of the youth of Africa. I want us to believe that the future belongs to us, belongs to you. And we must unite in purpose, just like what is happening in Cameroon right now. Unite in purpose. My prayers, my words, my support are with you. We are supporting Cameroon 100% because there is nowhere on the planet Earth where a 92-year-old man will want to spearhead the country. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Africa's future is in the hand of the young, united in purpose. A call to the youth and elder for continental transformation. That is what I'm calling for, continental transformation. How do we do this? Any society that rejects and degrades its citizen, especially the youth, is damned to extinction. Is damned to extinction. So they're about to put Cameroon to extinction. They're about to erase Cameroon. They're about to wipe Cameroon. All this strategy, but it's not going to work because youth are alive in Cameroon. The street of Cameroon is litter. It doesn't really matter how many lives are gone this time around. There is no going back. There is no going back. We can't tolerate another 7 years. You want to be 100 years before you leave power? You want to die in power? No, this is not going to happen. That is the sad reality of many African society today. Youth are silent. They want to do anything to make sure that the youth are silent. But I want us to understand that without the youth, there is no future for any country. All the people that are in power in their 80s, in their 70s, in their 90s right now, they don't have the future. They are not the future of Cameroon. They are not the face of Cameroon. You see those young folks on the street fighting for their destiny? Those are the future of Cameroon. And if they sleep and they don't fight this cause to the end, then there is no future for Cameroon. Africa has the youngest population in the world. Over 70% of Africans are under the age of 30. This youthful energy should be Africa's greatest competitive edge or advantage. But for decades, this reality has been neglected and underutilized. Should we fold our hands and allow this energy to be wasted on the streets? Should we fold our hands and allow these old folks to continue to manipulate our countries, our continents, our nations, our society? No, we're not going to take this time around. I'm calling on all Africans, sons and daughters, home and abroad. We need to join hands with Cameroonians. We need to join hands with this in this fight. Not just Cameroon. There is one going on in Kenya. But right now, Cameroon is on fire, and we must put out this fire. The crisis of generational rejection. The older generation cling to power, often suppressing innovations. They cling to power that is their family business. We must dismantle this power. We must interrupt this power. We must make sure there is a turnaround in this power. Cameroon, it is time to make it a reality. Whether Paul Biya is flown out of the country, whether all the cabinet members, they are flown out of the country, something must happen, because this must not be allowed to happen. And this also reminds me, before I conclude, this should speak volume to the next generation, to the new generation. You see, the same way we are resisting, we must build a mindset that does not hold on to power. A mindset that is solution-centered, purpose-driven, vision-driven. Not just about power, not about money, not about influence. The reason these people are not living power is because about money, is power, is influence. None of these things actually matter on the world stage. We must raise a generation that is vision-driven, purpose-driven, result-oriented. This is the new generation that we must raise. And this is where African human capacity development comes into play. We're ready to invest in human capacity development in Africa. And if you're with me on this, hit the plus button, share this, and save this for the future references. Cameroon, our prayers are with you. And we must make sure there is a revolution in Cameroon. God bless Africa.
Tracy, why you dey laugh? You are laughing. Okay. Madi, welcome. Oh. Una see road network for Tanzania. Oh. See am, you see any gutter? Do you see any open gutters? See road, oh, see road. See am. Did you una see any Mona let me know if una see gutter. If una see any open sewage, canal, Mona let me know. See road.
If you're African but religion has made you deaf to logic, please scroll as well, because what I'm about to say will not massage your religious ego. You will bruise it instead. You will confront the spell under which you live. Let's get one thing straight. Prayer doesn't change nations. People do. Systems do. Leadership does. Education does. And until we Africans understand that, we'll keep kneeling while the world keep building. Aren't you tired of watching the continent with the most prayer warriors languishing in abject poverty? Aren't you tired of binding imaginary demons while our real enemies, poverty, illiteracy, corruption, and tribalism, walk free? My mother lives in a crescent about 600 meters long, and in that 600 meters, there are 3 churches, not a single school, not a clinic, not a drainage system. We are overcharged and underdeveloped. You fast, pray, cast and bind and wait for miracles, while nations that don't even believe in your God are sending rockets to space. America didn't become a superpower by prayers. They built systems, embraced education, invested in science, and created policies. The Middle East didn't become rich through night vigil. They mastered oil, trade, and geopolitics. They invested in infrastructure and innovation. And China, they don't know Jesus. They don't know Muhammad. They know strategy. They know discipline. They know nation building. Here we are, Africa, the most prayerful continent on the surface of the earth, but the least developed. If prayers alone changed people and nations, Africans will be the richest and Africa will be heaven on earth. So let's stop pretending for a minute. The modern African church has become a business center, selling you oils, promises, and fear while you hand over your bank account. You don't need deliverance. You need discipline. You don't need prophecy. You need productivity. You don't need another 40-day fast. You need a 40-year. We have the Congo Basin, the second largest forest in the world, but yet we import toothpick. If that doesn't tell you the level of our sheepishness, nothing else will. So instead of building another church, build a school. Instead of going to another Bible or theological school, go to a technical school or learn a trade. Instead of giving your last money to a pastor, save it and start a small business. Instead of waiting for divine connections, go out, network, and build real ones. Instead of praying for good leaders, start voting with your brain, not your religion or tribe. Instead of casting out demons, start casting out ignorance, because God isn't the problem. You are. He gave you hands to walk, not just to clap. A brain to think, not just to bow. A voice to speak truth, not just to scream amen and hallelujah. So here's the truth. Faith without sense is continued slavery. Religion without reason is mental colonization. And any spirituality that makes you passive while others build, it's not divine, it's a trap. I'm not asking you to abandon your faith, even though I may not share the same. I'm saying stop using it to excuse laziness, stupidity, and silence. God gave us the tools, but we're so obsessed with heaven that we can't even fix the hell we currently live in. Africa doesn't need more churches. Africa needs more thinkers. And until we realize that, we will keep screaming amen and hallelujah while the rest of the world keeps shouting
Hey,
times,
Obi,
technology,
welcome.
AI, robotics, commerce, and geopolitics.
Welcome, my sister. How you dey? Omo, as e dey hot to see wetin Nigerians dey busy dey do. Make una lis ten to this video.
See it.
This is one of Nigeria's top influencers, frustrated by a barrage of questions over the authenticity of his latest gadget acquisition. He decides to go over and beyond to prove naysayers wrong. Here is another one.
Yeah. They're born in that way. Put her inside water.
For some, the waterproof experiment alone isn't enough. Showing evidence of having traveled 4,000 miles to the official retail outlet might just seal the deal, or so she thinks. To so many in Nigeria, proving the authenticity of their pricey purchases by pulling their social media stunts is important because apparently a cheaper replica has flooded the market. And for them, few things are worse than when the world does not make an immediate distinction between their $2,000 purchase and its popular $200 knockoff. This is a small microcosm of an endless materialistic quest by a growing number of Nigerians to achieve what they imagine to be a state of permanent recognition which their expensive purchases should offer them. For those who can afford these things, a new world of converted smartphones and car body swaps designed to mimic newer and pricier models of these items has recently opened up, with different implications for different continents. The latest episode in the endless series of Nigeria's Past My Neighbor cultural meme started with Apple's latest iteration of its flagship phone, released in October 2025. Soon, the simple and unspectacular question of whether or not to buy this new device turned into a cultural cage match, pitting the perceived rich and influential in Nigeria against the perceived everyday people. Those who couldn't afford to fork out over $2,000 for the original gadget turned to entrepreneurs and social media content creators who promised them access to older iPhone models from 2018, which had been converted to look exactly like the newest iPhone at a fraction of the price. In other words, what was being sold was not actually an item, but the ability to pretend to have another item. This psychological affliction is not new in Nigeria. About 5 years ago, the get it or die trying item that was all the rage was so-called bone straight hair, smooth imported wig made from Peruvian and Brazilian human hair. reason, the Peruvian or Brazilian origin of the human hair became a particularly important and frenzied status symbol. In 2023, Nigeria's total trade import volume for hair products reached approximately $500 million, with about 88% of the volume coming from China. That's $500 million that didn't need to leave Nigeria's distressed economy if the Nigerian people had not elevated Peruvian and Brazilian human hair to this weird hyper-consumerist status symbol. Nowadays, the Nigerian Consumerist Court has moved on to importing iPhone XR with aftermarket modifications from China, which dress up this relatively inexpensive device from 2018 as a $2,000 iPhone 17 that is released in 2025. Note that there is no utility that one can get from the modified XR that one cannot get from the unmodified XR, except the ability to serve as a status symbol. Nigerians are practically queuing up to spend $200 on a feeling that exists inside their head. Worse still, most of the value chain involved in modifying these older devices and marketing them to appeal to the vanities of poor people is domiciled in China. Just like with the Peruvian and Brazilian hair debacle, a country with a 2024 GDP of less than $200 billion is sending millions of dollars of its scarce forest reserves to a country with a 20 trillion economy. And the only value that is returned is a superficial boost to fragile self-esteem. Another manifestation of this psychological disorder in Nigeria is a fast-growing cottage industry built around retrofitting older car models to mimic newer and more expensive versions. For example, putting a new body kit on a 2008 Toyota Camry so that it looks exactly like a 2025 model. Nothing about the car's fundamental reality has changed though. It is still a 2008 model with hundreds of thousands of kilometers on its odometer. But its new perceived value is derived entirely from the expectation that its owner will be able to bask in the vanity of driving a 2025 model. Such body kit conversions like the one you see here of a 2005 Toyota Hilux to a 2020 model, while technically challenging, are not really about personal satisfaction or vehicular performance, but are almost entirely about public perception. The obsession with external validation through material possession runs deeper than hair or iPhone. It is a consumerist mindset rooted in the need to signal for recognition in a society where the most basic respect and recognition are routinely denied to most of its inhabitants. This exact behavior of African consumers suffering from an inferiority complex which influences their buying habits, was documented in 1954 by consumer psychologists who profiled African American consumers in the US.
But we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got to get to
Okay.
know them. You must understand something about
My sister, repepper them gango. My phone can drink water. Can your own drink water?
Let's find out. Let's hear the opinion of men who have spent a lifetime studying the buying habits of customers the world over. Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Do you wonder why? You see, for a long time, the Negro has been sold a lot of shoddy, second-class merchandise. So now he asks for name brands in order to make sure he gets his money's worth. Buying by brand. That's the first important Negro buying habit. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made.
This is a crisis. For many Nigerians, like our cousins across the Atlantic, acquiring or appearing to acquire these brand items and status symbols is a way to combat feelings of inadequacy in a country where over 40% of the population lives in extreme poverty, according to a 2023 World Bank data. The recognition that comes with these purchases and the temporary feeling that comes with having transcended Nigeria's harsh realities is what fuels this pressure to appear successful. But let's face it, the operating system of that converted phone or the engine and the chassis of the upgraded car remains the same. The only thing that has changed is the way others see it, perception. Don't get me wrong, this phenomenon isn't quite unique to Nigeria, but its intensity in Nigeria is very noticeable. Nigeria has become a global hotspot of extreme materialism, powered by this gross socio-economic inferiority complex and a huge spiritual vacuum, which Nigerians try to fill by accumulating symbols and desperately hunting for recognition. There is data to back this up. Several studies examining consumer behavior in emerging markets have ranked Nigerians among the highest for conspicuous consumption. In other words, research data places Nigeria right up there globally when it comes to spending to display wealth rather than to meet needs. This drive often leads to financial strain, with many taking loans or sacrificing essentials to keep up appearances. Seemingly, everyone in Nigeria has a story about a business where staff are left unpaid for months, but the bosses throw parties every other weekend and
I'm
live
telling
ostentatiously.
you.
Breaking this cycle will require a cultural shift, one that places scientific education and economic empowerment at its forefront. When people feel sufficiently secure in their identity and prospects, the need to prove themselves through material goods diminishes. Then, and only then, will people in industrialized countries no longer be able to create business opportunities out of destructive materialism in Africa's most populous country. For the Spearheads, I am Mike Chuku.
Please follow Spearhead though. The guy na another new one wey we just discover now. The guy dey give them back to back. Na he also be Biggest Mark on Twitter. Please, if you find him, follow Spearhead and Biggest Mark. All right. Bandits, they kpai one pastor adopt 20 worshippers in Kaduna community. All right, let's listen to
This
this.
terrorist group, what they call JNIM fighters, they don't release video of their attack on our soldiers yesterday. So according to these people, now their first attack with this, their first ever attack on the Nigerian army with this. So this video was released this morning around 9 o'clock this morning. Today's date is 31st of October 2025. This fighter has released this video this morning. But this attack, now yesterday they attacked our soldiers yesterday for Nuku, Kwara State. You know the story? I tell you and I say, as they hide them, I'm going to bring her out. You don't understand? No media going to show you these things. No media. No media will show you, but don't worry. I got your back. Everything where they hide, be English Alhaji, will they bring her out. So, for those of you
Yeah, you're right on that, Tracy. Yeah, actually, your head did here. Yeah, I also thought about it too.
Al-Islam, Wal Muslimin. This terrorist group.
Did you hear what's happening with the customs office too?
But they spread all over. You don't get. So
you hear what's happening with the customs as well? The northern people they cry, say now only in people they put, now only in people they put. God, I beg you. Then the SSS come admit 400 and something SSS because now northern, I don't forget the man name, now they in charge, and only 95 southerners. I don't feel laugh. It has become the battle of the tribes.
These guys release this video say, so we attacked our soldiers yesterday for Kwara State. And this attack on our soldier, and I be the first ever attack. We will not attack on with this. From the attack, according to them, they say they unalive one soldier. So one soldier, they buy one soldier, then they seize all these items. We will assist for this video. You understand? So this thing happened for Kwara State. Now this their attack happened. So now I got allowed to watch the video. But before I watch the video, you know the story. If they hide them, I'm going to bring her out.
No, that's alhamdulillah wa salatu wassalam. Nagasa kiral odongara seni rete duwani ka akete jamanu suratul islam wal muslimin demde dawuta li Nigeria nyande alarbare nokku anabi e duwani nokku ani le laamu kwara ndele alhamdulillahi sakira e bawi hippade ɓe toon le dakorde maɓɓe timi ɗawturu woturu ay andi ko heɓayl e kake maɓɓe keddiɗe ɗe ɓe kemrama ɗalgaje 105 e sawru woturu e kasanuji 4 ɓe telfi écran 3 e telfoye buto tato e kandu e kalisi Nigeria naira 1.5 tawti motere wotere anni bosare ay tundiji maɓɓe ko nandi muɗum du anni e paɗe ɓornanɗe 6 ay guine koye maɓɓe wokkoye noon ko heddi yaade anni hono no giroton jita inchallah nasudu waɗɗi dufa woɗi sakiraɓe fay goto liɓaka fay goto balsaka calmina machallah hono giroton jita ni wono no ɗi wori assalamu aleykum
So, moving on. Let me tell you something. You see how Tanzanians stay fallout? They not wait. Remember 2023? Yeah, Peter Obi should come out and lead the protest. We need a leader. People, when they talk, we need a leader. I hope they are watching. I hope that they are watching. Excuses upon excuses. We need a leader. We need a point person. We need somebody that will coherently, they speak English from morning till night. See Tanzania for years. Tanzania, and now they claim so na be giant of Africa. I don't tell na before, na be mosquito, na be termites. Mona forget that thing. Mona not let her enter on her head. Other Africa, me don't see other Africans are even more giant than you people. I beg you, may we hear words.
Secretly, did you know Nigeria's top customs official was secretly arming the terrorists he publicly claimed to fight? In 2016, Hamid Ali stood before cameras at Lagos port, celebrating the seizure of illegal weapons bound for Boko Haram. What nobody knew was that he was running the largest arms trafficking operation in West Africa. As Comptroller General of Nigeria Customs Service, Ali had the perfect cover. He personally approved shipping manifests that listed AK-47 rifles as farming tools and explosives as fertilizer. Weapons arrived disguised as medical supplies and machinery parts, cleared through his ports without inspection. Over 4 years, he smuggled more than 10,000 weapons to terrorist groups across northern Nigeria. When captured, Boko Haram fighters revealed their weapons came from official customs facilities. Military intelligence launched a secret investigation. They discovered encrypted messages between Ali and terrorist leaders, payment records showing $50 million in bribes, and video footage of him inspecting weapon shipments. His operation directly armed the insurgency that killed thousands of Nigerian soldiers and innocent civilians. The man sworn to protect Nigeria's borders had become its greatest betrayer.
Now they hear something. Meanwhile, people are angry. Oh, they say Senator Natasha go invite Akpabio to her to the commissioning of her project for her constituents. To mark her 2 years in office. People they provoke. God, Nigerians. They are angry with Natasha. They say, how can you go and be? And they're also angry with Akpabio. Why will you accept it? Somebody that drag your name through field. Anyway, Mona, listen to as they read the letter.
And the mega empowerment for my constituencies. The latest
Kene, welcome. Yeah. I was going to bring that on at some point because I really want us to talk about it. It was a powerful one, although I didn't finish
on Sunday, November 2, 2025, I shall mark 2 years in office in the service of the good people of Kogi Central Senatorial District as their senator in the National Assembly of our nation, with the commissioning and flag off of projects and constituency empowerment. This letter therefore serves as a formal invitation to you all to grace and participate in the activities
Exactly.
marking
Los on
my
daughter,
second
welcome. Oh, I
anniversary
greet
in
you,
office.
Baba. Mona double tap the screen.
The
Kene, you
ceremony
don't
is
like.
scheduled
Los on
as
daughter, you
follows.
don't like. Marcos, you
Senator
don't like.
Natasha Akpoti
Eh?
Uduaghan's residence,
All B6, you
Plot
don't like. All of
101,
na like, oh, I beg.
Jimo Akpoti Street, Ihima, Okehi, local government area of Kogi State, for Sunday, November 2, 2025, time 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The venue is accessible by air through Obajana Airstrip facility near Lokoja and by road from Abuja. While I look forward to welcoming you, please accept the assurances of my highest regards. Yours truly, Senator Barrister Natasha H. Akpoti Uduaghan. Congratulations in advance.
It's procedure. That's what I said to someone yesterday. Like, no, she should not. He should not accept. She should not have invited him. The man did this to her. It is procedure. Whether we like it or not, she's back in the Senate. She has to follow procedure. I don't know. I don't understand what you people. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. She can drag him through the field. And when there's time to walk, she can also call him, Oga, there's work to do. It's simple. Anyway, I don't know. Meanwhile, you know, say the cool people list the people when they won't buy. So Tinubu Finance Minister Wale Edun was one of the people listed. They say when he hear the man collapse, so after seeing his name listed on the kill list of alleged coup plotters. The man collapse. He fall yakata collapse. Abeg, I know they follow una celebrate all that one. No. So you addressed as Tinubu. Kene, shame on you. Shame on you, Kene. You even get you get liver. You know, see people, if na around me you there, I go use Oraimo called wipe. I go take out all the frustration on you. Thank you very much. Obi, abeg, let me tell them. May they like, oh. Thank you. Now your turn, Tinubu. They have to work together. Exactly. Natasha through her PA or else should explain to her constituency that procedure. People should learn. Natasha, explain it exactly. I'm telling you, no my Kene, Kene, you lucky. May you not go jam. More na hear wetin dey happen for this court. Court is appear for courtroom. More na hear. More na hear.
Because you are my Lord. It's because you are my Lord. Believe me, if you are not my Lord, I will show you what Lord do.
Nigeria na cruise. Nigeria na cruise. Meanwhile, all Enugu House of Rep members have decamped to PDP. Have decamped from PDP to APC in the Green Chamber. Una know? Kene, you know? They were received by the APC chairman, national chairman, Professor Nentawe Goshwe Yuwada. I don't know how to pronounce it. Mona, listen to this take.
Mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ ní lórúkọ Olódùmarè ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ẹ má jẹ́ ká jẹ màlúù mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bàìbọn tó ti bèrè èmi ò ní jẹ màlúù mi ò ní jẹ màlúù màá jẹ ewúrẹ́ màá jẹ nǹkan mi. I will not support the business that is targeted at exterminating me with my own money. Tá a bá jẹ màlúù kí Yorùbá báláwo jẹ màlúù mọ́ they will go backward because wọn ò ní jẹ. Let us do what we can do as an individual.
Yeah, I see that one. Tracy, the second, I think for Adamawa, beware.
Ẹ má jẹ màlúù tó ń pa lájẹjẹ tó ń pa lẹ́yìn ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹ fúnra wọn when they feel that they have no money coming from you. You've made a statement. You have made a clear statement.
Oh, they did?
10,000 cows. 10,000 cows ni wọ́n ń pa ní southwest every day.
Una dey hear?
10,000 cows, and that is a conservative estimate, very very conservative. Kí ni mo mean by that? Ilẹ̀ tẹ́ ń pa wá fún màálù yín tí ẹ̀ kì í jẹ ìbílẹ̀ ń kó wọn wá ká jẹ. Ǹjẹ́ ẹmẹyẹ Yorùbá tó ń kú of colon cancer torí pa ń jẹ màálù? Ǹjẹ́ ẹmẹyẹ Yorùbá tó ń kú of every Saturday tá à ń ṣe party tá à ń gbá àwọn èèyàn sí tá a dẹ̀ ń pa màálù tá a dẹ̀ ń jẹ màálù? Ẹ jọ àwọn tó ń da ilẹ̀ Yorùbá rú lẹ́yìn tó jẹ́ Fúlàní every cover of their money is domiciled in the southwest. Southwest wọ́n ti ń make owó tó fi ń pa wá tó fi ń destroy wá southwest ni. Dangote southwest.
I go interpret. Mona, no worry. I go try. I go summarize am for now. Okay, so what he's saying is calling on all the Yorubas to stop eating cows. Remember we said it here before, right? In order to really do some serious damage to all these people, stop ban the sale of cows. Let them be eating their cows, right? So what he's saying is that calling all Yorubas to stop eating cows and stop buying cows and stop using cows for parties and festivities and the rest. That a lot of Yoruba people are suffering from colon cancer because of this consumption of cow. Okay, and then he says, I won't support a business that is targeting and exterminating me with my own money. If Yoruba decide not to eat cows, they will go bankrupt. Yorubas eat over 10,000 cows daily in the southwest. So that's the summary of what he was saying. That he removed cap after I talk him. He can't remove cap. What be when they ask? Now that one make him remove cap. Say make Yoruba people stop to dey buy cow. I say everybody should stop buying cows. That's what me I say. Okay, listen to this.
Since I'm on a generational run of pissing people off, I might as well continue. See that right there? So when I was in Nigeria earlier this year, I made a video. I was frustrated with the whole Al-Majiri situation. I made a video, and that was the first time the famous Nigerian blogger posted me. It went viral, and Nigerian people found me. A lot of people were asking questions. I met so many people online that were very interested in solving the same situation.
Yeah, Lozondota, 10K cows.
So here's my thing. Here's how I'm going to explain it. See, as fucked up as Nigeria is right now with bad governance and everything, it still could be better. The reason Nigeria is not a little better than it is right now is because of a system in Nigeria that we have called Al-Majiri system. The Al-Majiri system is significantly holding back the northern part of Nigeria. And the northern part of Nigeria plays a very big part in Nigeria. So that by extension is holding Nigeria back, and that is the honest to God truth. I'm saying this as a northerner. Al-Majiri system is killing Nigeria. So people have been asking me, how are you going to get rid of Al-Majiri system? Everyone has been coming up with different ideas. You see, first things first, let's talk about the whole history of Nigeria. Every issue we have in Nigeria with Al-Majiri comes down to one man, this guy. See, first things first, let me say this. This video that I'm making right now is definitely going to get me killed in parts of Nigeria. Once I make this video and I press send and I upload this shit, this will definitely get me killed in parts of Nigeria. 1, 2, my best friend in this world is a Nigerian. He lives in Nigeria. He follows this guy. If he sees this video, our relationship is done for. But the shit needs to be said. So who's this guy? Let's talk. Same with Christianity, how we have different sects. We have Protestants, we have Catholics, we have Seventh-day Adventists. In Judaism, they have different sects. Islam, we have the same thing too. We have the Shiites, we have the Qadariya, we have the Dervish, we have the Tijaniya. So Tijaniya is a sect in Islam that was founded by this guy, Ahmed Tijani, Ahmed al-Tijani, born in Algeria in 1735. Ahmed Tijani's whole school, his whole, sect that he founded started to pick up eventually, leading to this guy. And who is this guy? This is Ibrahim. Ibrahim Niasse is known as the most influential scholar in the history of Africa. He's the most influential Islamic scholar in the history of Africa. So why am I pointing on this guy? Okay, so Al-Majiri system primarily comes from Tijaniya. There is a system of scholarship, a system of school that they set up that applied to 1735. Is a system of schooling that applied to 1735 when this guy set up Tijaniya. So now, with this guy's influence in Africa, Tijaniya has blown up. They are absolutely the most powerful Islamic sect in Africa. Senegal, almost every powerful imam in Nigeria is a Tijaniya. So now, with the support, so first thing to understand, you need to understand geopolitics. You have to, that's the thing why I hate how Nigerian education system is, because a lot of Nigerians don't understand what's going on outside of Nigeria. So once you understand geopolitics and you understand that the chaos in our country is benefiting to other people, you start to look outside. Then now we have Saudi Arabia, all the Arab North African countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and a few Western countries understand that the system of school that was set up in 1735 is not something that is going to work in the year 2025, 26, in the year 1980. So they have been using Islam, telling these people, oh, we need Islam. You know that typical Nigerian mentality, the same Christianity way they push Christianity, they do the same thing with Islam. So they have slowly, methodically put themselves in the most powerful positions, to the point that right now, every northern governor who has stood up to try to solve the Al-Majri problem has always faced some serious pushback. So how will I solve Al-Majri problem? That was the whole point of this video. I got you. It's very simple. Round up every imam that has Al-Majri, put them in one field, buy all of them. Buy all of them. Me personally, what would I do? I would get the military, someone who has been victimized by these people. You know, not Benin, not Calabar, no. Like Southern Kaduna, Southern Zaria, those Kafanchan. I'll find a colonel or lieutenant colonel from Kafanchan and tell him, go. But to avoid civil war in Nigeria, the military officer who leads this has to be a Hausa person, has to be Muslim. The second in command has to be Hausa, has to be Muslim. The troops on the ground have to be Hausa, have to be Muslim. Round up those imams, put them in one place, buy them. Put those soldiers on the street. When they come out in protest, smoke them. We already get too much people for Nigeria, but that is my solution to it. Brutality, straight up, cut it off, cut the head off. So anyone that's been asking, that is my solution. So this video, the moment I press send, I am telling you for a fact that my next trip to Nigeria, I will have to stay out of the north, because this video that I'm making now, saying Al-Majri system and the imams that control the Al-Majri. First things first, let me say this. All the Igbo come in my comment, yeah, your Igbo governors are paying the imams because they benefit too. Your Igbo governors, your Yoruba governors, your Middle Belt governors benefit from this. You see, you have to open your mind to see what the fuck is going on. A lot of us are so fucking stupid in Nigeria that we don't see past our nose. Let me tell you, every single person benefits from this. The vice president of Nigeria, right now, the current vice president of Nigeria, when he was governor, Nigerian military were looking for a terrorist. They chased this Boko Haram guy to a house. Whose house was it? It was a house owned by the current vice president of Nigeria. You think Tinubu doesn't know, but you think if Tinubu and the rest of the government, why hasn't a single Igbo governor spoken up about it? You think they don't know? They benefit too. So you have to wake the fuck up, but you're not going to. So Holy Ghost fire, wait for your turn in heaven. But let me tell you, the way to get rid of the Al-Majri system in Nigeria, everyone is bringing up all these ideas, orphanages will do all of that after the fact. You want to get rid of it? All those imams will get Al-Majri, put them for one place, buy them. Once their supporters come out, buy them too. Simple.
Una here, don't be me talk mo. Mona no say Omoye. See face. Isa Baku, na be name. Ishaya Baku. Your papa na former governor of Akwa Ibom. Okay? Okay. Make I read comments, because I know so na go get plenty to say. Adeni is angry, loco. But several suya businesses will suffer in the southwest. Well, it's up to them. It's a choice. Suya or pie, choose. Because they are buying them now. As they eat the suya, they buy. Hey, exactly. They eat every abodi, brokoto, roundabouts. You know the names. They get them. They eat everything inside. 10K cows a day. Yep. This guy, yeah, so you never see, if you see this guy video, I guess some videos and I think I played one or two of the videos. When the guy they hold back. That's they say he says they call him, he is the black sheep of the house. He's not in touch with his father. He cut himself off from the family when he turned 20. He doesn't associate. They call out the BS as they see am, regardless of whose horse is God. Although sometimes I disagree with some of the things, a few of the things he has said so far, but I agree with him on a lot of it. Exactly, Obi, Obi, yes, exactly. You don't tell me, I remember. I know, I remember. Simple. Eh? By the name Tijani, I guess they have some ties with the yes. Even that Tijani, you could see it was this, then by the side they said Senegal. You're probably right. Lozon daughter, wow. You're right. Oh, we have a lot to learn from you. You just the hide for comment section. Mona, continue to like. Mike, see you. Welcome, my brother. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah? Exactly. Big time. Exactly. Eh? Yeah, he's a good black sheep. Yeah, we need more like him. Honestly, if more people like him rise up, more, it's going to be a game changer. I see that happening though. I see that because a lot more people waking up in Nigeria, a lot more, and I like the fact that there's a lot of uprising going on around the world. It's opening a lot of Nigerians. I saw some influencers talking about like what is happening with Justice for Ochanya, that girl that was essayed by her uncle and her cousin till she died. I see almost all the influencers, not all of them, but most of them have been coming out and speaking up against it. We need this to continue so that everybody needs to understand that if one person is suffering, we are all suffering. The first pushback by Nigerians is always, it's not the fault of the cows, but it's the government. We should be telling the government to do something. Nigerians never ready to change their cow meat. I don't understand that. Then they use cow, they kpai everybody, una dey eat am. I like this. I was going to use this as my profile, but I wanted to highlight the Justice for Chanya. That's why I use it. I actually saved it. I like am. Oh my goodness. Oh no, not copy image. Let's see, save. Sorry guys. I like this image. Okay, there we go. Let me save it on my screen.
In the 19th century, when Flora Shawn, the British journalist, named Nigeria.
Which year was that?
It was 1897.
Yeah,
1997, that's when Flora Shawn named Nigeria. So I wonder what was the name of Nigeria before being named Nigeria.
I also wonder. So we ask our brothers from Nigeria.
Yeah, we shall ask our brothers from Nigeria.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wonder.
What was the name? Oh, me answered myself one. No, I'm curious. What was the name of Nigeria before girlfriend show up? Come name her.
Do you know the meaning of nepotism? Government of relative, by friends, for friends, and for associates. Nigerian government now, Tinubu is desperate for second term. Do you know how desperate he is? He is now working under what they call nepotism. I'll give you the meaning of nepotism here. AIG, Inspector General of Police, Yoruba. DSS, Yoruba. Finance, Yoruba. Chief of Staff, Yoruba. Chief of Defense Staff, Yoruba. Nepo. Civil Defense, Yoruba. He's trying to guide himself so nobody takes power from him. So he put his tribe, which is Yoruba. I'm Yoruba. But nepotism, Buhari tried it too. He put all these people, DSS, SSS, EFCC, Yoruba, CBN governor, Yoruba. Nepotism.
They think of their associate, their tribesmen, to get that power. And Ekiti government, they are aware. I've done 87 videos to show the guys not working. But because of nepotism, they want everything to them. Everything Yoruba, finance Yoruba, Cardozo, CBN governor Yoruba, everything Yoruba, just to secure themselves. Nepo is very bad. Nepotism. Buhari did it. That's why we didn't grow for 8 years. Tinubu is doing it now because he won second time. Nepotism. Yorubas there, they're doing nothing. What is the FCC doing? IG is only arresting Showore. What are they doing? All of them. Attorney General, Yoruba. Accountant General, Yoruba. Nepotife. They are desperate for second time. But Ekiti people, Amagbalo, relax your mind.
Nepo, Yoruba ló kàn. He said he was too sweet for his mouth. Oh my God. Flora Shaw and her boo created a monster, I'm telling you. Monsters in love. They were just colonies, not countries. Yeah, I think they were just tribes. I think we existed in just tribes. I don't even think it's colonies. Maybe I don't understand English well. Maybe I don't understand what thinking, as a Alakija side piece. Maybe I don't understand what they talk. But I think we existed mostly in tribes, right? As if I is eligible for Black Sheep Award as well. Nepo. Oh my goodness. Nepo loco. Oh my God. So, Air Force officer detailed to kpai Nuhu Ribadu in foiled coup. So Nuhu Ribadu was on the list as well. He was on the list, though. An Air Force officer recently posted to the Office of National Security Advisor was detailed to kpai Nuhu Ribadu. The National Security Advisor, sources familiar with the investigation of the alleged coup plot, had told the Cable. SB Adamu, a squadron leader with service number NAF 3481 from Jigawa, was posted to the National Counter-Terrorism Center, a program coordinated by ONSA, 4 weeks before the alleged coup was beached. Beached or ditched? Did they make a mistake there? Anyway, contrary to reports that many of the suspects were working with the ONSA, Adamu was the only one linked to the office through the NCTC. The NCTC is one of the programs coordinated by ONSA. Mona, listen.
Those cultists wey bandit kidnap since July after they don't release them. Bandit just pound and spit for face. All those cultists we have in this country. Bandit just pound and capital spit for face. They kidnap una members, all of una quiet. Nobody want talk. All of una just go hide. Nobody want fight for their member. I swear that when that news come up, I expect all the old cultists to team up, go after those bandits. I don't listen, I no gay level. Some of them are not really wise. Some of them are not really one wise. They go carry matter for head. They go they pipe on herself for no reason. I just say my reminder now. Bandits still hold some of their members. Bandits still hold some of their members in their custody. So all the old cultists in Jos, Plateau State, I pound and spit for face and no get shame. All of them be your zoo. Those cultists wey bandit kidnap since July after they don't release them. Bandit just pound and spit for
Una hear? So they kidnap cultists. They adopt 25 cultists. The other cult members, usually cult members, they fight each other. They not fit cough come out. Then none of them fit come out can rescue their members. Hey! More now listen to this drama as JAMB, right, walked out lawmakers during investigative hearing over 2023-2024 financial records. Aisha Yusuf, this is Aisha Yusuf's tweet. She says, when you see those reports that lawmakers ask for bribe when they go for oversight functions or when budget of institutions are being passed. This is the evidence that those reports might be true, might just be true. This kind of disrespect can only come from one thing. Listen, Mona, listen.
May I create the indulgence of this committee that what we have brought to this committee are sensitive informations and that we don't require the presence of pressmen. Kindly give us benefit of doubt that they should excuse us, please.
Mr. Chairman, observation. Jam.
Okay, observations. Sustain.
You don't have that right. If you have such, you just whisper to the chairman, or you whisper to the clerk to tell the chairman. You don't dictate for us when you are here. It's like you are dictating for us. Please, next time, in case of next time, if you have such, whisper to the clerk. The clerk will reach out to the chairman.
He declined me seeing him. So I could have done otherwise. He told me, someone please ask this man to introduce himself. Let us follow your procedure, please. Jam, I think we are at the introduction stage. So, whatever you think you are, if you want this country, please, even if you think you want this country, you'll be arrested. Useless man. Please tell the Clark. Next time we are going to you can't decide in our You must know your job. This man should be arrested. They can't. No, come and great people here. Look, this is an ABM retired. So the members are starting. Important that I think it is important that we should not be carried away by the activities of JAM. We are a very responsible committee carrying out our responsible duty. This committee has a duty. We are committed to carrying out our constitutional mandate given to us by section 88 and 89 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. We cannot be cowed by any agency rather to carry out our legitimate function. And you recall that we actually invited this agency JAM to submit their documents, and unfortunately JAM deliberately refused to submit those documents, and this committee has no intention to wish hunt or embarrass any agency. It's not in our character. It's a committee made up of reputable.
Anyway, una get the gist. Let's move on. I don't know, somewhere we cap. They speak English. Pico. Okay. So I didn't know this story. This is the first time I'm seeing this. So guys, the people of Oyigbo, Rivers, face sheer inhumanity under his grip from October 21st to 2020 for the next 14 days. Over 700 residents were blindfolded, stripped and tied up. By early 2021, around 418 were located and released via court orders, but shockingly, 95 to 100 more were found in Kaduna prisons as late as November 2021 after being secretly transferred. This is relating to Wike carrying children go Dubai. So people have been going in on him. This one say in assistant say when you reach your turn, carry your enemies travel. He hiss. All right, let's continue.
My people, I know there's hunger in the land, so I've decided to empower our people. You know, while we are working on the economy, we are trying to make sure that everybody eats. Our people are not going to suffer in hunger. Okay? So this is courtesy of, I decided to share Jazzy Burger. This is one of the best burgers in Africa. I said, my people go chop up. Yeah? Our people will eat the burger, They will eat what they are supposed to eat. It's not only for the rich. As a governor of the state, my people, we enjoy what I enjoy. Thank God for Don Jazzy, who is collaborating with me. Togo. Mark in face. Get me another burger. But be careful this time. If you lose this burger, you lose your position. Are you stupid? Sorry, Your Excellency. Be careful with me. That's why we chose children, so that we can catch them when they want to run with it. Sorry, Your Excellency. Yeah? Try it again, you lose your job. So I'm sorry. They talk. They come on, go. Make sure this person, next person, not escape. God, are you recording now? Yes, sir. So my people will continue with the donation.
Stop now. Give me burger. Let me say a video, they do campaign. Content creator. Everybody, they collect the grass.
What? Now you said call.
Come on,
Why you see the credit? This Jazzy Burger, the food, you see the beat. Governor Omoye has embarked on another journey, Operation Quench the Hunger, in communities within Olanyi State. Action, they say, speaks louder than voice. The governor himself took to the street where he was seen distributing Jazzy Burger to the hungry citizens. He made it known that everyone who is within the age of 18 is entitled to Jazzy Burger every day to the rest of his tenure. Yes, you heard him right. This was made possible by partnering with Don Jazzy to provide Jazzy Burger to his entire state. What a man with purpose. The governor couldn't even take a bite as there were still more kids in the streets to serve. One of the beneficiaries thanked the governor for his kindness and asked other kids who had eaten 6 times to go home.
Blood of God.
Hey! Governor Amuneke don't give him idea. See my people for Tanzania. Ew! See Tanzania, no leader. Notice all women, no. Mostly women. See them. All women, mostly women. Now they full this protest. Hey, God. Hey.
Unatetea haki zetu sisi wanyonge, ila kwa mwaka huu usipotamka neno kuma mama hata wewe tunakuchomea
gerezani. I don't know what it mean, but I just can imagine. They said we die, we kpai here. See these people, they praise, they hero worship. People that are ready to worship Father and Son and grandchildren. He's coming to change Nigeria, to be the glory of Nigeria. We appreciate all your effort. This is the best president so far. Woman sing praying for Sheyi Tinubu. Beg you, I say mufia. Mona listen.
Starting instead of coming online to talk. Okay, now NDLA and EFCC, what are your job? EFCC, you go. EFCC go hotel, go raid hotel for people they enjoy. NDLA go club, go boss people where they enjoy. No crime. They are not owning firearms. They are not doing anything. They're just going there to enjoy. And all of them don't see them as normal thing. Like, let's forget the kidnapping part. Like, we will not talk about kidnapping again for the country. Everybody, if you are period. I beg, day your house first, never travel. They kidnap any for outside. But more focus on NDLA and EFCC first. When I get to 10 years now, when I see EFCC come raid boys for hotel, we not do anything, we not carry gun. Everybody for that area, when I come outside the number, say never, you're not taking our brothers away. They're not doing anything. Their only offense now say they come hotel call lodge. But all of them now, because the person not come from una family or person not una relative, all of them they do I don't care for this country. And it does not make sense. If we want to make this country go far or make this country better, we must stand for each other. We must mount ground for each other. Say, oh boy, nothing this boy do now. Now not the carrying him. What did they solve? See Cameroon now, now go day here. Now for now, Cameroon will get freedom. Cameroon go better. Nigerians now see they now come. Don't forget the online banter. Don't forget the online talk. More start to put action. If EFCC, NDLA come boss people unnecessarily, the full area, the full street, the full community come out in numbers, protest against them, stand your ground, no level. Who they go, they fear. Who they come, they fear. What did they solve? Only when I come online, when they chat, and the things I saw in the hands of here. How many AFCC in Nigeria? How many citizens in Nigeria? How many people they AFCC? How many people that be citizens for Nigeria? No, say we many pass them. We many pass them. Did they solve? The only time we want to enjoy ourselves, to get happiness, they will see come post us for there. Person 50 day ass, a 50 day ass like this, just they watch TV. Boom, they knock my door. They won't come post me. What did I do? They ought to say, be fraud. One white woman call on her name, say, this person, see where he stays, go and bust him, he's holding my money. We don't know if he stand for herself for this country. What did they happen? When I live online banter, I beg, this is the, Jesus, this is the bust my head.
They don't break.
Military, they not fit shoot citizens for Cameroon. Military not fit shoot citizens
yes,
for Cameroon.
military don't join people for Cameroon.
Say, we must see that freedom for this country.
Yeah.
Now the
military don't join Cameroon.
But Nigeria like this, Nigeria, they don't arrest one person bound, and I don't run. Everybody don't go hide for their house. Man save myself. Bro, if we want to start this thing, so this freedom fight, we must fight against EFCC and NDLA first. First, I will use my full chest and tag NDLA and EFCC for this post. Bro, what you gonna work? What you gonna job? If you not get job, make they recruit you na money enter forest, go they find bandits where they kidnap people. What the fuck now? Every day they post for TikTok, all those bandits they post for TikTok with different ammunitions. You know if you find them. But if you don't hear about one Yahoo boy, boom, you don't go yes. How until they see, how until they know where the Yahoo boys every day. You know if they find bandits. I'm tired of this country, walai.
I'm telling you, what this guy is saying is true. I agree with him. DSS go just go. I've been seeing videos. They just go hotel, just bust. They will just go people house for night busting like thieves. And people in Nigerians go they act weak. No one are supposed to gather. Anybody else when they bust, everybody go gather, come and see wetin they happen. Rush them. No. This is the same attitude. 2023, we are waiting for a leader. That thing they pepper me for my head. Am I waiting for a leader for something that directly affects you? You guys saw how everything played off. You are waiting for one man to come and tell you go. I've never seen. And they'll be online talking. The strategy, speak English. Now they sabi English pass. All the comma, the full stop. Then they talk. Hey God, I never see. And they feel these guys they talk. This is not supposed. Normal people know they act like this. I don't talk and say it's in the food, is in the air. Me don't talk and since make una stop to the chop cow. Make una stop to the wear okiri cow. Oh, what I know. Eh? Even if we don't have history of revolution, even you, Kene, if I meet you now, you get where I go push you, reach, you go push me back. You go say wetin dey happen now. You go push me. That's normal human reaction. Nigeria will not be like that. They take and they take. You notice how dangerous this is? I can feel it, but me, I'm happy. Oh, they are slowly waking up. Oh, people like this, we didn't used to see them talk about issues. See, everybody don't they talk. You don't they touch everybody now. So perhaps it's a good thing. Mona, listen.
From Okabi?
Yes.
Okay, what did you call you going to do? What did they do? What did you work? What did you work?
May I kill me? May I kill
Eh? What did your name? What did they work for here? Babu English ko?
Bring Tambeka. May I paru munkamaka? May I paru munkamaka? What you have will catch you? What do you do? Muntawane. Kana wuka ina ma magana kana magana banza.
What is your name?
Musa.
Musa. Musa who?
Musa.
Who?
Musa. Musa.
Musa who? What's your father's name?
Okay, Ibrahim.
Okay, your father's name is Ibrahim. Musa Ibrahim. Where are you from?
Oka.
Oka. What do you call you can do?
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping. Now you dey kidnap people from Bakoya.
I follow this man. I ain't do kidnap for this area.
Okay, now this one they do kidnap for this area.
My brother call me here.
Okay, now brother call you.
Die Goron.
Okay, that Goron.
That one,
the one where you name? The one where run? Where you name of the one where run?
Let's now on the
Wanda good.
Yeah, Miss.
Ali.
Eh? Ali?
Yeah.
Okay, your brother name Ali, the one where on.
We shall have
start this work.
How many time now? Which time I start this work? How many years now?
Shekara kata yake. Shekara. Mimi ndo wenu the one anatunga kirani.
Waka.
Wanatunga kirani.
How many years?
Wanatunga kirani na dona.
Okay, this one will catch you now. Now you don't be before.
Who be Oga? Who be Oga? Who be Oga?
Die Goron.
Igoron.
That one with the
okay, that one with the run. Now be Oga.
We go and talk to them now. Why did you lie?
What they go do?
Oga. Wait, Oga.
That Oga why they get gone. He there for Oga. Now in the get your Oga this boy. Why they do knife for here? Now in the get gone. Now in the do knife for this area. That Oga he there for Oga now. I know they now.
Where your name?
Okay.
I don't know. As this my name.
You don't want to tell me your name?
Umar.
What is your Oga name?
Umar. Yeah.
Umar who?
One day I go to Ali Sudan.
Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't watch.
You don't go talk to me.
No one say.
You go talk to me.
Natural.
Yeah, wait. No one say.
Okay, here's another case that I want to shine torchlight on. This is a student when a lecturer prevent am from graduating. Make I read am for now. Shalon Okechukwu Onyinyechi is calling out to the Minister of Education for Nigeria and Commissioner of Education here in Rivers State, Mr. Remi Oka, a lecturer of physical chemistry in Captain Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, has refused to allow me graduate because I refuse to sleep with him. And I've written a carryover course for 2 freaking years now. And they said my academic year is over and I should go and start again. Phew. I don't know what the word was there, the one that's covered up. And prayed to God, but please, I need help. This is the matter. This is the matter. So people are doing it in different dialects to highlight the essaying and the buying and aliving of this girl in the hands of her uncle and her cousin. That's her uncle and that's the cousin that caused it. Okay, both of them. So people are doing it in different languages. There's Idoma, there's Yoruba, there's Hausa, there's Ekiti. I saw somebody translating Ekiti as well. So it's increasing.
Please be warned. It will trigger you, but you will learn from it.
Started to 2013.
I can't listen to it. I'm sorry, guys. You guys should go listen to it. I can't. I can't. My mind, I not fit. The thing they cause serious distress for me. Okay, so this is the lady, the Onyinyechi girl, that raised the alarm of a lecturer for allegedly refusing for her to graduate unless she sleeps with him. That's her right here. That's it. Mona, listen to wetin Traore dey tell these young people. Foreign embassies will fund cultural events but never science and research. He chaired on October 22. Ibrahim Traore chaired the opening ceremony of the 15th edition of the National Forum for Science, Scientific Research and Technological Innovations in Ouagadougou. While delivering the opening address, Traore took a moment to address young people in Burkina Faso, urging them to use social media and internet access to gain knowledge and skills to better their situation rather than waste the opportunity by fixating solely on entertainment, which he termed a distraction. Traore stated that there are foreign interests who would prefer that young people in Burkina Faso remain permanently distracted and over-entertained. He further pointed out that this can even be proven by examining the disparity between foreign funding that is available for culture and entertainment activities in Burkina Faso versus that which is available to fund local research and development.
Sociaux. J'ai un coup de gueule à l'endroit de la jeunesse. Il faut que nous nous réveillons. Je le dis et je vais continuer à le dire. Ne croyez pas que boire, danser, chanter, faire la fête peut nous amener à atteindre un certain niveau. À travers ce comportement, on ne peut que rester esclave, à consommer et à consommer ce qu'eux ils produisent, mais surtout en leur donnant à vil prix nos richesses, notre sous-sol, parce qu'on n'a pas le choix, on ne sait rien faire. Moi, je suis venu pour encourager la recherche, pour encourager l'innovation, pour encourager la technologie. Il faut que nous puissions créer. C'est bien que ça se passe comme ça, en rien, mais c'est sérieux. J'invite donc la jeunesse à revoir beaucoup de choses. Et comme je l'ai dit la dernière fois quand j'avais rencontré donc, les élèves au niveau de la journée de l'excellence, arrêtez sur vos réseaux sociaux, vos plateformes numériques là, de faire les choses inutiles. Il y a des pages, il y a des canaux où on apprend la science, où on apprend à faire des choses. Je disais, vous allez trouver des Indiens, des Pakistanais, des gens de certains pays, en tout cas, qui arrivent à fabriquer des outils élémentaires et qui postent sur les réseaux sociaux. Intéressez-vous à ça pour essayer de reproduire ici. Au lieu d'aller vous mettre à regarder les danses, à vous-même vous mettre à danser comme un masque, on ne sait pas pourquoi. Mais c'est pas ça. Mais les autres vous encouragent dans ça. Mais regardez certaines ambassades ici, ils ne financent que ça. Allez-y dans leurs ambassades avec un projet scientifique, technologique ou bien une invention.
Is it on now, Tracy?
Ça ne les intéresse pas. Si vous êtes d'accord, ils vous amènent chez eux. Vous partez faire là-bas. Mais si c'est pour le faire ici, ils ne vont jamais vous financer. Mais si vous partez avec un projet, voilà, de distraction, de trucs, ils vont vous aider, ils vont vous financer. Et après, ils vont sortir dire que non, c'est pour valoriser la culture burkinabé. Les gars, on ne veut pas de ça. On veut la technologie d'abord. La culture, c'est nous-mêmes, on va financer notre propre culture et on trouvera tous les moyens de le faire. Donc, on ne demande pas à quelqu'un de venir financer la culture burkinabé. Ça, c'est intrinsèque à nous, c'est fondamental. On va le faire nous-mêmes. On ne demande même pas de l'aide à quelqu'un pour faire ça. Donc, faites l'expérience. Allez dans leurs ambassades, présentez vos inventions pour le faire ici. Ils ne vont jamais vous aider. Et ça ne vous dit rien.
Oh! My people, they do this thing. Even Pella had in voice join, Justice for Chania. People made the adults made that they continue to do like that because he also claims that he was molested by an elderly woman when he was young. Isn't this sad? Children are not safe in Nigeria. If you get people get children for Nigeria, make they put eye down. No. Eh? Tinubu terrible. I'm feeling miserable because I told Trump to designate Nigeria as country of particular concern. Anyways, this is it. Let me see. I think I included some more videos that I want to share with you guys. See, the military have joined the civilians in Cameroon to end the Paul Biya regime. See, military don't join them.
Well, there's a coup. There was a coup plot, and people were rounded up. And you know, the revolution came from Sahara reporters. The newspaper I found it, and you know their reaction.
Oh, okay, Tracy. Thank you.
Also, their trolls. They were attacking everybody who revealed this. But we knew a long time ago that this was a situation. I think they started planning the course in 2024, and I think it was followed in 2025.
They started, I mean, from the intel that you have, they started the planning from 2024.
Yes. Some of the sources that I spoke to told me that part of the reason the crackdown was very hard on the bad governance was because they knew around that time that some people were planning a coup. And I think some arrests of military officers were made around that period too. So if you notice during end bad governance, their major grasp was that, there was Russian flags on the street and this would promote coup. And it was a time that all these Sahel countries had been taken over by military jackboots. So they started that around 2024, from what I heard. So, but I think maybe they didn't strike then and then they kept monitoring some of them. A lot of them are disgruntled officers in the Nigerian army who felt that things are not going the way they should. But let me make it very clear. I can never support military rule. Again, I've seen the worst military rule in my lifetime. Nobody can come and tell me, fellow Nigeria, we know things are wrong. These military guys that are planning to take over, that are planning coup,
they are worse
than the civilians we have. What we should do, and I've said this, anybody who loves Nigeria, it's all of us to take on the system at once. Have a revolution. We get another government in uniform. All these army generals we're seeing, colonels, they're the one reason why there's insecurity in the country.
Exactly. Listen to this.
Anything in the world, voting will be illegal everywhere in the world. The greatest trick the white man pulled is making everybody think you can replace him with voting. Because the alternative to voting is what? Revolution. So they gotta make you think. This is why they need black people to vote. They need you to go vote because that is their meter. That's how they can tell if we still run these things. You see, when they say voter turnout for Barack Obama, 92%, the white man is like, okay, good. They still believe in the system. If black people ever didn't vote at all, let's say no blacks vote, they're gonna be worried. Because the only alternative to democracy is revolution. Show me a people who ever got out of oppression through voting. No. Why do you think wars are fought? Wars are fought because some person wants to take and control everything, and somebody else says, I'm not gonna let you do it. What have we ever gotten in America without bloodshed? Didn't we get out of with bloodshed?
Come on.
Voting Rights Act, bloodshed. Facts. Civil Rights Bill, bloodshed. Housing Act, bloodshed. Black Power, bloodshed. Everything you got in America, you got through blood. What makes you think it's gonna change now? Why do you think we ain't made no more progress? Because ain't nobody died for it.
Ain't nobody willing to die.
See the guy dey jollof in life. See the cousin of the girl when on her life, when they do the girl to on her, see am, the guy dey corner, na be that. See am. Now listen to your brother.
As a result of the illness, incurred from years of abuse from her guardian. The hashtag Justice for China has resurfaced online. Now, for context, those found culpable in this saga, her guardian, Obuja, and his wife, Felicia Obuja, which were tried in separate cases. NAPTIP initiated a civil case against the wife of the alleged perpetrator, Felicia Obuja, who was convicted for failing to protect the little girl even after knowledge of the abuse, years of abuse, and she was convicted. But in another case, a criminal case of rape and other charges, manslaughter, because the little girl died, Andrew Obuja, I believe that's his name, was discharged and acquitted because of discrepancies in the evidence provided by the prosecutor. And so why is this case returning? Because it was tried and dispensed in 2022. We'll have that conversation because it speaks to our justice system. And many who have been speaking, who have been concerned about this case are saying it is representative of not just Ochanya Elizabeth Ogbanji, but many others who are perhaps going through this, and the justice system has failed them. Don't forget that amid all of this, there are testimonies online of the deceased when she was talking about how the abuse went on. And the abuse was not done allegedly by the perpetrator who was tried alone. That's Andrew Obuja, but his son as well, if you have heard the testimony given by the deceased before her passing. And joining us now on the program is the elder brother of the deceased, John Ame, who is also a journalist. He joins us from our Abuja studio. And Mr. Kruha, Ukan Kruha, a civil society activist, will also be joining us virtually on the program. But let's start with you, John. It's good to have you on the program. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, take us through the trial and how we got here, and what you frown on in the process of that trial, the trial of the perpetrators, those who were found culpable and the acquitted, what you found to be discrepancies that are not aligning.
Okay. The process that led to the arrest and eventual prosecution of Andrew Obuja and his wife, Felicia Obuja, was a very difficult one. If we go back to when Ochanya died on 17th of October 2018, it became clear that we were in for a long haul. And the process eventually started with, of course, reporting to the police that Ochanya had been serially raped by Mr. Obuja and his son, Victor Obuja, who was then an undergraduate at the Federal University of Agriculture in Makurdi. But after the initial arrest of Mr. Obuja, his son went underground. And then we asked the police to find him and make him account for what has happened to Ochanya. But the police never did that. And then, sadly, Ochanya passed in October, even before the next adjourned date when Mr. Obuja was first brought to court in August of 2018. Now, with Ochanya's passing, the police began a fresh investigation into the matter. And then Ochanya's remains were conveyed to Makurdi, where an autopsy was conducted on her at the Federal Medical Center. And then I was there. Her body was taken back to Otukpo, where she died, and then we kept her in the morgue. Then there was a need for a second opinion of the autopsy. And then medical experts came to take her samples, which was conducted at, another autopsy was conducted at the police laboratory center in Lagos, the forensic center belonging to the police. So, obviously, there are two medical reports here now, talking about autopsy reports here regarding the case. And these reports were presented before the court, the State High Court in Makurdi, that is the Benue State High Court, presided over by Justice Augustine Itohiman, who is now a judge on the bench of the Court of Appeal. In his evaluation of the evidence before him, he did say there were two medical reports, autopsy reports, and he was at a loss as to which to choose from the two. But of course, we know that the police have the statutory duty to do investigation. They are the foremost law enforcement agency, and then they have a specialized laboratory for this kind of investigation, and they came up with their report. So, if you are to look at all of this, if you are to examine the two autopsy reports, you would discover that the one from the police is more authentic than whatever autopsy that was conducted on Ochanya by the Federal Medical Center in Makurdi. So that was the basis for the judge saying there were discrepancies in the autopsy reports that the prosecution led in the course of the trial. And then he went on to say, oh, Ochanya did not Ochanya did not give an account of her travel, despite the fact that a recording of Ochanya was played in court, where she spoke clearly about what has happened to her and the persons that were responsible, specifically Mr. Andrew Obuja and his son Victor Obuja. So there was no ambiguity about what happened to Ochanya, and she made it clear. But the judge again went on to say, oh, she was not around to be cross-examined. And these were the two basic grounds for the discharge and acquittal of Mr. Obuja.
Imagine, what kind of effed up judiciary do they have in Nigeria? Eh? Anyway, that girl go get justice. Nothing dey happen. See Djibouti. Una know say na get chair African Union. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, when he win, they happy that day. I remember for here. The man, they never cough, come and see wetin dey happen for the whole of Africa. They get mind, they congratulate Cameroon president, 90-year-old something man. Hey, God. Now they start to dey bring out receipt to say, see where the man come from. This is Djibouti, the capital of AU chairman Mahmoud Ali Yusuf. He left behind a population of 1.1 million people in his state to lead 1.5 billion people. Africans are too playful. See place, see where he come from, smelly. Is this man supposed to be chairman? Lead enough if never fit fix the one where they their house, their front door.
And school uniforms. Instead, it became a painful symbol of how society often fails to protect its most vulnerable. Ochanya Ogbanje was a 13-year-old girl from Benue State, Nigeria, and unfortunately, her case became one of the most tragic child rights stories in the history of Nigeria. When she was just 5 years old, or 8 years old thereabout, Ochanya went to live with her relatives, the Obuja family, so she could attend school. It was there that she began to suffer continuous abuse at the hands of two members of that household, her own family, Andrew Obuja, a university lecturer, and his son, Victor Obuja. Now, for years, the abuse continued unnoticed, or worse, ignored, until Ochanya fell critically ill. She was diagnosed with vesical vaginal fistula, the VVF, and other complications linked to the trauma she endured. She eventually died in October 2018 at age 13. Now, years after her passing, the name Ochanya Ogbanje still echoes through conversations, through courtrooms, and now social media timelines. Her story has resurfaced once again, reigniting a wave of anger, heartbreak, renewed calls for justice. Now, for many Nigerians, this case has come to represent more than just a single tragedy. It mirrors the broken systems that allow such cases to drag on for years, systems that delay, deflect, and sometimes even deny justice until public outrage like this one forces them to respond. Now, this week, Nigerians are speaking loudly, online, offline, demanding accountability and not sympathy, demanding reforms and not just verdicts, demanding that justice should not depend on how long or how loud the crowd is, or how viral a name becomes. But the question remains, will the system listen this time? Oh, by the way, the Obuja men still work freely till date because according to them, there's no good enough evidence. While we move beyond trending hashtags to actually institutional change in how we investigate, in how we prosecute, and in how we protect, will that ever even happen? If Ochanya's story we know, how about many others still happening as we speak? And it's not as far as you think. That's your postscript.
Meanwhile, they don't set house of the Speaker of the National Assembly of Tanzania. They don't set in house for this thing. They don't do.
Iliyoko Mbeya City sasa hivi kutoka Mbeya
Okay, I know they hear their language, but that's the summary. Mona dance. Buhari has come back. See and see Buhari. Hey. Hey. I beg you, may they not go block my this thing. So now don't see Buhari now. Now remember the musician Libianca, right? So she said put mouth for it. They happen for Cameroon.
Do you know what's going on in my country, Cameroon, right now? Our president, Pobia, after 43 long years, has been elected again. How? I'm not sure. But I'm going to tell you guys, we've been under a tyrannical government, and they have been killing us and silencing us by shutting down internet so that we cannot come and share the news with you guys and spread their awareness. And as a matter of fact, the internet was shut down yesterday again, so don't be surprised if you're not saying anything about it. But some of us are out of the country and we have internet they cannot control, like me. I'll tell you guys what's going on. It's the same way you guys did not know that hundreds of thousands of us were killed back in 2016. How can we support? How can you support being outside of the world, wherever you are? Post about it. We are packing our sacks and motors and we are finding a better life. They are killing us, but it's not going to stop us from fighting back. That's how strong we are. So hashtag Free Cameroon, hashtag Le Continent. Let us pack our sacks and motors and find a better life for ourselves.
Nice one. So this is the atrocities of Obigbo in 2020. Me, I didn't know about it though. I'm just finding out. Mona, listen to the girl.
They got hospital, the ambulance, even a dead body carrying an ambulance, the military has to set on fire. The particular house, the military, they got burnt. You know, he was here, same 3 soldiers. The boy, they macheted his head, they burnt the house, the whole, with people inside the house. The whole place is deserted. What I'm telling you now, it's just that this evening, it's just calm. Because you hear the guns sound, there's children here. There's children about 1 year, 2 years, running helter-skelter. Some have to use the dustbin, the heap of dustbin to cover themselves, to hide. The military killing in order of the governor. There's no road here, no governor present here. He doesn't care. Here in Oyibo, no governor of River State have remembered any Oyibo people. We are always on our own, defending ourselves. We pay our tax heavily with brutality. The police is there, the governor is there, doing all sorts of things. The place is a very dirty place. It's just like a suburb, just because it shares a boundary with the Abia State. And all the majority people here are evil. So I could not see why the governor would say he wants the IPOP. He knows where they stay to hold their meeting. At least he should have waited on the day of their meeting, go there and pick them out. Why killing people, innocent children, in their home? I can't go out to get you some pictures. I would have gone out to snap some. You will see the blood. The cops, the soldiers, they carry the cops away. People are missing. They take young boys, they tie their hands, tie their legs, tie their eyes, shoot. If you just refuse to go with them, they will just shoot you instantly. I mean, I have not seen why blood of the youth, why blood of the innocent, why the blood of the evil are so precious to this governor Wike and to our president. Because the killing in this country is too much. If you are in my shoes, my mom here is dying of BP. We can't have drugs. She's asthmatic. We can't have steroids to even Ventolin for her to use. There's nowhere you can go to and get help. There is nothing. On Tuesday now is going to make it 2 weeks. 2 weeks locked down, 24 hours. Copy, if you had the governor's broadcast, you had the magnitude, the force he used to reinforce this lockdown. There's no water. There's no government water that people can go outside their house to take. We have our boreholes, we have to pump water, there is no water. For 4 days now, I have not showered. I'm telling you, for 4 days, I have not showered. This light you're seeing is just a rechargeable lamp. A friend came from Port Harcourt with some military personnel to even give us food. We ate raw beans, fried beans, like granules, as if we are in war. We are in war in our own country. The country we call our own. The country we pay taxes to. There's nothing here. I wish I can just go out to get you what is really happening.
Now, wow. So, anyway, my people, when I don't see wetin dey happen for Nigeria, for we country. So my hope is that with everything when they happen around the world, Nigerians are paying attention and they will not be looking for a savior in 2020. Will Nigeria even last till 2027? That's not the question we get. Will it even last? Because the rate at which it is going, it is pressed on all sides. Every day they are having new terrorist groups. Oh, my people, make I end am for here. I know say voice of the people go don start. I no know that they don start. Make I check whether they don start. I go stream that one. Hey, Salobua. The evil wey don happen for that country. Oh my God. The evil that has happened in that country. Anyway. Oh, all right. This is where I draw the curtain. Obi, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate. Lozon daughter, Tracy, I go stream the voice of the people now. I see say they don't start. So, Michael, Kene, all of you, everyone that was able to join, thank you. Marcos, thank you. I'll see you guys on my next stream. I'll just stream it and let you guys enjoy the view. Bye.